Aviation is this artist's subject, not just because of his love for them, but also because of his experience serving in the Air Force. I want to welcome artist and veteran Mark Winter. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. It's
Such
been a pleasure.
Beautiful work. I have loved getting to hear a little bit more about, your story and what has inspired some of your pieces. And you've been painting for 45 years, right?
Well, not professionally, but I've been doing art most of my life, yeah.
Well, that still counts, I would have to say.
45 years, yeah.
So what inspires each piece that we're seeing here? I'm sure just your experience working in C-130s. I got that right?
Yes,
all right.
You did. No, I've been inspired by looking at my brothers and sisters in arms, when I was in, and the work they did. And a lot of times, I hate to say, but pilots typically get most of the glory, because they go off to battle and do all these heroic things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I also thought I would like to capture in some of my paintings some of the guys that actually make it happen, because without them, the plane isn't going to go into battle. So these are the guys that I talk about to do the groundwork on the planes.
That is so true. Something that I may not have considered, right, when you think of the whole production and making all of these aircrafts function as well, right? So I was asking you, are any of the people in your art pieces actual people that you know? And you said, well, some are inspired by people that you know, right?
Yeah, I would say that most of them are inspirational because of maybe what they did and some of their family background. And like I said, and then some of them, I didn't really know, but I just felt like I just wanted to paint it.
I love it. And this one that we're looking at, you did say inspired a bit by your father.
Yes. Yeah, this one, my father passed away. He was a veteran also. I'm a third generation veteran. And so my dad passed away from cancer. And I thought I'd portray a likeness of him in this one painting here at the bottom. But he didn't actually work on the 105s. He actually was a B-52 aircraft mechanic.
Wonderful. Lots of history in your family. Thank you for your service and all of your family as well. How long does it take to create a piece like this one?
That's a little difficult sometimes. It's not a straight up answer. It depends on each painting, but largely, if I were to just average it, I could say between 8 and 10 weeks. And the reason it takes that long is it's not so much the painting itself, but rather it's the start of the concept and the composition clear up to the end of the last brushstroke.
And why do you prefer using oil as your medium?
Well, oil, man, I've always loved its luminosity and the rich colors. And it seems to be a very forgiving, in my book, very forgiving type of a medium to use. So even if you make a mistake, it's an easy fix, which as you get further down, of course, you make fewer mistakes, but.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. All right. But
yeah.
I can see what you're saying with the luminosity, the brightness. You feel the warmth as well with the oil as a medium, I feel like?
Yeah, I like to actually work with warm and cool.
Okay.
And even gray colors. If you do grays, and by grays, I don't mean they're literally just gray like most people think of. It can still have actual color to it, but it's grayed down.
I see what you mean.
And I've often been told by other fellow artists, if you can paint a painting using grayed colors, then you have arrived, because that's a real difficult thing to try to pull off.
Well, congratulations for what you do, for everything you've done in your life and career. You should be super proud of these works, and people may want to figure out how they can maybe see them for themselves or speak a little bit more to you about them. Well, how can they do that?
Probably the easiest way is through my Facebook page.
Okay, and that's at Mark Winter?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys make sure you follow Mark.
Actually, it's M. Douglas Winter.
M. Douglas Winter on Facebook, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today and for sharing a piece of your passion as well.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right, y'all, stay with us, because after the break, we are going to be taking a look back at all the happenings from last week in case you missed it, all right? We'll be right back.